Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Jamaica Politics Uncovered. Guys, I am so sorry for the delay. We've already talked about it in the comments. What happened? Please type yes if you can hear me. And let me just give you a quick little summary of what we are dealing with here. So, type yes if you can't hear me, guys. All right, good. So, after me coming from my local walk this evening, about 6:30. About 6:50, about 6:50, me here knock at the door. Yes, we're gonna have to turn off your power because we have a partial outage in the area. Mr. 6:50, I come knock on my door. Tell me that, sir. You know I'm going with them. Anyway, so I say, all right, then I guess we have to do what we have to do. In my home, the only outage I had is in my kitchen. So like my stove and my fridge and my microwave, they were out. So me never really know it was a big deal. You understand? Me think them would fix it, put it whatever. Anyway, guys, so them say them have to lock off everything for fix it. So everything lock off from about 6:50. Everything still lock off now. I am doing this on my phone and I'm hoping that it'll work out fine. Kelly? Oh, my daughter just ordered DoorDash. Cause we not cook, we can't cook cause the stove not on. Anyway, so me go see how this a go work on the phone, me see what I go on the phone because Bunting him have to come down today. Yes, guys, him have to come down to them to out of order. Me tell you no say the man write the speech and through him know him write the speech and the speech nah take life. Him a run out on the people them and I show the people them say him can upstage him leader, right? Remember, guys, he's not him a the leader, but him is the co-leader, right? There's a new member here tonight, guys. Please welcome Miss Barbara Walters. Barbara, good night. Thank you for joining. Um, if me not no call, no, me not no call, me have some candle. Me see somebody talking at the comments and me can buy one device where you can plug in things for this. Come never have this happen before. So you know what I mean? Anyway, so this man here now, them get run out of the place because him come with him inappropriate style. And him co-leader got run out of the parliament. So him is not in there with them because him lose him seat. So him take up in the Senate now say him is going to finish the speech. And we know him write the speech. That's why I'm have to come and try. What am I doing now, guys? Him a upstage him leader. Him a show the people them say. And him a the leader and him write the speech. That's why him a show the people them. Right? Yeah, man, Maxime, I'll look into the power pack tonight on Amazon. I don't know what it is, but I'll find out. So let me see, guys, if let me see if we can play the video. Hang on, let me see if I can play the video.
Senator Bunting.
Thank you. The annual budget debate is more than a bookkeeping exercise. The budget of the government, like any budget, Senator Webby, is really at its core a statement of priorities. And so perhaps the reason why, even though it's a money bill, it still comes to the Senate to be debated is because those figures in the Big Yellow Book and in the various other publications are really just these priorities translated to numbers. It reflects the policies, the programs, the practices of each administration. The opposition's contributions will critique the government's priorities and performance, and also it's an opportunity to propose alternatives. Now, last week, the leader of the opposition was not allowed to complete his presentation. One opinion writer in the daily newspaper said, Tuesday, March 19th was a dark day for Jamaica's democracy. End quote. The government used its large majority to rob the House of a quorum and tried to rob the leader of the opposition of an opportunity to complete his presentation. We know that in reality that backfired. We know that in reality it perhaps drew more attention to that section of his presentation than it would have otherwise received. However, I believe that the Hansard, the official record of parliamentary proceedings, should include that section of his presentation.
Guys, the part 2 here.
So therefore, I'm going to use some of my time today to complete that section of the opposition leader's presentation, which he was unable to complete in the House. Sorry? I'm reading it for the Hansard. When you are making your contribution, you decide how to use your time. You know, I know that the truth hurts. I know that the truth hurts, and you don't want to hear it. But the truth may be an offense, but it's not a sin. So I'm going to pick up at the start of that section. It was titled, Good Government in National Life. Change at a national level must focus on good governance. In this modern era of pervasive information sharing and communication, good governance is increasingly essential to maintain the people's trust and confidence in our democracy.
No, Senator Bunting,
Yeah?
we are here debating what is entitled the bill, Consolidated Fund to the Service of the Year ending on the 31st of March 2025. Thank you.
The bill before us covers every aspect of government. Every aspect of government. It covers the Auditor General, Clerk of the House. It covers
Senator Bunting.
The Integrity Commission.
Senator Bunting.
Every
Continue
crevice and corner of government is covered in this bill. I am going to speak on anything that is covered by that bill. Everything that is covered in this book. And if you want to muzzle me, you're going to have to take me out of here. You can shut off the thing, but you can walk out and remove that quorum. Do whatever you want. But
Senator Bunting,
this is my contribution. I am speaking to this book, which covers every aspect of government. Don't tell me that.
I determine what is relevant, Senator.
No, you
Bunting.
don't.
I determine.
No, you don't.
Very well.
No, you don't. You can come and try with that bullying tactic.
Let us see. Let us see, Senator Bunting.
You don't determine
Senator Bunting,
my contribution. I decide
no, sir.
what is relevant.
I determine what is relevant.
No, you don't.
Okay.
No, you don't.
Well, when I make the ruling, you will see.
You can try and use that to muzzle. You can try and use that to muzzle me, but you're not preventing me from speaking.
Yeah, guys, you are looking at toxic masculinity. You are looking at a man who has lost the capacity to think straight, to behave straight, right? Listen, Member Liz tell you wanna say Bunting a mad out, and that is what we're seeing here. He's not the leader, and him want Jamaica and everybody to know that he's the one who wrote the speech and gave it to Mark Golding. He wants to undermine Mark Golding. It's the same way that he undermined his previous leader, right? He uses the parliament to go in there, and you can see he's not a team player. He shows out to bring attention to himself, right? This is Peter Bunting. I guess for the people that want to know, I'm telling you something. You're not looking at a man who is a member of the PNP. Bunting is not a member of the PNP. Bunting is an opportunist looking to gain power. How do I know that? There was an interview in 2019 on Nationwide with Paul Burke. No, not Paul Burke, with Bunting and Cliff Hughes. And Cliff Hughes said to Bunting, your leader is going back to democratic socialism values. That was the time when he challenged his leader. And Cliff Hughes asked him, straightforward, do you believe in the principles of democratic socialism? He said, no, absolutely not. So that means he does not believe in the values and the principles of the People's National Party. He believes in Bunting and Bunting's political ideology, which no one knows. We know that he is a hostile, vicious capitalist, right? Bunting behaves like a gunman. When you not talk about Mark Golding a go take up chair and fling in a parliament, that him a go bust gun in a parliament. Remember me tell you no, any of them not get him from out there. Yes, sir, Magwan, he's telling the man who is presiding over the Senate that the man can't tell him what to say and what to do and everything. And there are rules in there. There are rules on how you conduct yourself, what you say, and so on and so forth. And the man has the right to ask the members to follow the guidelines of what is being said and what is to be discussed. Now, I'm going to show you the hypocrisy of politics right here. You see that woman behind Bunting? When named Sophia Beans, she's also a senator in there, obviously. And she's egging him on, cheerleading him, and Sophia knowing her heart and her soul. Bunting is not a good person. I'm going to show you what Sophia Beans said about Bunting. 2019, when them find out, say, he might take 2 million, not 2 million, $15 million. He might take a try by the delegates them. Listen carefully and listen to the part when them say, Bunting is not fit to lead this noble movement and he's not fit to lead this great country. I want to tell me why Bunting in the Senate. No. Hold on, make a play it for you.
This, you cannot dispose of your integrity. Integrity is something that you have whether or not you are being observed. He launched his campaign on a platform of integrity, and he has abandoned it for political expediency. That disqualifies him to lead this noble party, and it disqualifies him to lead this great country. That's right.
So now we wanna see why them hate the woman them, right? Because the woman them take him on wicked in a 2019 when him want come do the corrupt things them and then shove him out. Did you see Sophia been standing there in red with her hair pulled back? That was her. So how come Sophia is in there now, egging on and cheerleading Bunting, eh? Sophia, Leoda's bestie. How is she sitting behind Bunting now cheerleading Bunting? Bunting has no integrity. He's not fit to lead anything and he should not be in the Senate because he was voted out. The people got rid of him because they don't want no representation from him because him not no manners. Him don't do no political work. Him arrogant with the people them, right? So Sophia's body language says it all, though. You see the way her arms are folded? She know to God she not in a nothing with Bunting, and she knows that Bunting not supposed to in there attack for nobody. This is the hypocrisy, guys, of the politics in some cases. And not everybody can do it. But after what these ladies just said about Bunting, he's not fit to lead this noble party. And he's not fit to lead this great country. Why is he in there talking about a budget debate? Who is he really talking to? And who is he really representing? He doesn't believe that rules apply to him. And that's why he could have challenged his leader, lose, and fail to accept defeat, and decided that he was going to bring down his leader and bring down his party instead of accepting that he lost. That is Peter Bunting for you. He is on a sabotage mission now, you know. Watch what got to Mark Golding now, you know. You see that budget speech here? Bunting never get to come out on the right side like he wanted to, right? And he wants to blame Andrew Holness, saying that it was a dark day in Jamaica. No, it wasn't a dark day in Jamaica. It was a dark day in our politics because of Bunting writing a speech that had nothing to do with a budget. Because him coming there to read only one, yes, I'm wicked. Him coming there to read the part of the budget where him write, where he's attacking Andrew Holness. Why am not going to go read the part about the actual budget? He's not about that. He wants to attack and run a smear campaign for Andrew Holness like what him did to Cartel. While Cartel was before the court. But scamming, when no goes Cartel never implicating and no scamming. This is why the former US ambassador exposed Bunting and tell the Jamaican people and the world that Bunting is a mischievous informer. Tell lie upon people, drum up false information. This is a man who said that he was the person in charge of crime in the country. And when the pressure take him, he cried before the nation. Real tears, eye water. And him tell the people them say, with all the efforts in Jamaica, he cannot fix crime. And when the people them call for him to step down, because they said if you cannot do this job and you're crying to us, then you ought to step down. But he did not because he was entitled to be there. And that's good for his national profile. So even though he told the people, honestly, that he could not perform the job anymore, he refused to step down. Just like when him give the drug dealer the gun license and the pedophile the gun license, everybody say he must step down. He say him not step down. This is why the politics stays so, you know. And this is why when other people do stuff wrong, they don't have any conscience. They're not gonna step down. They're not gonna, you know what I mean? They're not gonna abide by anything that the oversight bodies in the country do because when they see Bunting being arrogant, being defiant, stepping on the rules, they're like, what the heck? If he can do it, why can't we do it too? This is why when them lose election, them say them win. This is why they hate Paulwell and set up Paulwell, baby, and her mother for dead. They're vicious. They are some gangster capitalists, like the title says, and they're no good for our politics. And when members of their own party tell you no, say it's so it go, believe them. Him here said the budget speech is the budget speech. And there are elements and rules to a budget speech. But he doesn't care. He doesn't come about a budget speech. He come to put a campaign speech. And the campaign speech is Andrew Holness is this, Andrew Holness is that. Andrew Holness have to go down. There's no confidence in Andrew Holness. It was a dark day in our politics. He likes to call people alarmists. He's the alarmist. He's losing his mind. Let me call this, guys. Let me call this. Yes, careful with the profanity, real talk. But that is what I'm saying. He's overriding the rules of the Senate. He's coming in the Senate telling the Senate president, say, this is what him come to do. And nobody can tell him nothing. I hope when you hear him good enough, me go play it back, Me soon play it back. But him coming in there, yes, him is a narcissist. Him called Damien Crawford a malignant narcissist and make the bloggers them bring him down. Damien Crawford in there too, Damien not really talk anymore, Because Damien realized that them people here will go to any lengths to bring down people. You see what they do, Melissa? Don't put nothing past them, I can play a video when me done a show, where Jamaica people them a say about what them do, Melissa. I see it today. Some of you probably watch it already. Me I go play it for now again. He's an inch. Yes, he's a very dangerous man. Him come in the Senate and him a tell the man, luckily that man up there is not a man we are going to deal with him certain way. But him tell the man, say, you cannot tell me what to say. You cannot tell me what to do. You cannot tell me. And the people them have an agenda before them that is to be discussed in the Senate. And him come with him own agenda, which is that crappy budget, so-called budget speech will get Mark Golding in a problem last week. I hit him bring back coming there. I hit him bring come back in there. This man need to be taken to Bellevue. Him is losing his mind. Him want the people in Jamaica to know says him write the speech. And him want to undermine Mark Golding. Right? That is his whole that is his whole thing. That is what he wants Jamaica to know. And him write the speech, right? And him a come deliver it. Him didn't want to deliver it in the parliament, but due to him not no seat, he couldn't do that. Let her call this on my other phone. Liz, if you see one number, call you where you don't know, at the program number, come up on my other phone. All right. Guys, I thank you so much again for your patience. Liz know Bunting for some 2 decades or more. Make Liz tell you about him. Liz. Yes, good night, Liz. Tonight we are talking about the man. The man where write the leader speech. Cause him think him are the leader, him really want come deal with the speech. So him come now in the Senate and come bully the man presiding over the speech. And I go tell the man say, him can do what him want do. And him can say, him tell the man say, turn off the mic and walk out. Me go do what me I do. And Sophia Baines there behind him and egg him on. Tell the people them about Bunting, Liz. And how long you know him.
Okay, I've known him for more than 10 years now. But what happened in the Senate yesterday clearly defines today. And good night, everybody. Sorry about that. Good night. Clearly, Bunting has gone mad. Totally unhinged. And the onus again falls in the lap of the MPs. Because this is now clearly defined that they need to remove Mark Golding before this man comes to the parliament and pull a gun, to the Senate and pull a gun on anybody in feel like. Now, the Prime Minister wife last week, Tuesday, was attacked. in the parliament. She was attacked as being the wife of the prime minister, not as the speaker. The parliament, the government took the decision not to descend into a brawl, but they walked out on the speech of Mark Golding.
And Bunting was not in there.
Right. The correct procedure should have been on Thursday when of last week, when the prime minister came to make his presentation to the budget. All the members of the House were there. All the opposition members were there. When the House was called to order, roll call, and everybody answered, it was then Mark Golding time to stand, say to Madam Speaker, on a point of order, last Tuesday, I had 25 or 30 minutes left in my budget presentation, but I was not allowed to complete the same because of the government walkout. Therefore, I am asking that the Honorable House gives me back my 30 minutes to complete my budget presentation, and then the Prime Minister would be able to start and do his. The government could walk out, and the opposition would have looked stupid, and the same House Speaker that you criticize as not being neutral, have her. What would be her decision? Would she allow you to complete your 30 minutes, or would she rule in bias against you? This was a golden opportunity for Jefferson Golden to show that he's at least learned a little bit by coming to the parliament. Everybody present and ask for that. That never happened. The Prime Minister, they all attended, and the Prime Minister made his budget presentation without disruption. And then to shock the nation, this Wednesday, yesterday, Peter Murcat Bunting gone mad. You know there's Sparrow song, Capitalism Gone Mad.
Hey!
The man come in at the parliament, come to the Senate with golden speech, telling the president, me I go finish the speech, because the man couldn't get to say it in the lower house. Bunting gone mad, capitalism gone mad, the name Sparrow sing it. And this is a clear example that Bunting gone mad.
So,
because
go ahead, sorry, continue.
Because you are not entitled. Never, this is another record, another piece of history, about political history that will be written in the annals of the Antar and the history as it goes. Never in our history, at no point, at no time have we seen the opposition leader, the lower house, his presentation being finished by a senator in the upper house.
Never
happened before.
Never.
Never happened. And then when the president, Councillor and Senator Sinclair from Montgomery was trying to tell him, you cannot do that under Section 38 or whatever section it was, that you are obligated to stick to the topic and the discussion. In threatening him, Bunting and Golden are now liabilities. Because Bunting aim, was to get the Parliament, the Senate, into a raucous situation. Because Bunting is realizing that the clock has gone tick, tick, tick. You are not and will never become president of the PNP and Prime Minister of Jamaica. So he came yesterday with the rest of this presentation of that Mark Golden should have finished in the asked to be allowed to finish in the lower house and try to use it to create a war. Now, Senator Sophia Binns, who was the first of the females in the PNP that was attacked by Mark Golden, he orchestrated her removal as Region 3 chairman.
Mm-hmm.
I think what Senator Binns was doing yesterday to Bunting was actually jeering him in a diplomatic way.
You think I jeering?
Yes, she knew that it was ludicrous and was out of line. That was not was on the Senate agenda. You can't finish a speech of the opposition leader in the Senate. It never happened before, and I don't think it will ever happen again. So she was, but that's my humble opinion, she was jeering him on because she was teasing. She knew that it wasn't possible to do. So it could be nothingness, but she was jeering him.
Me see her body language. Her body language look like she want nothing to do with it when I do. Her arms are folded across her chest. That's typically a body language where you're drawing yourself out of something or you don't want to be in it. That's a typical body language.
Of course. And so, what's the problem again? On the girls in develop one. Sending the clown. Peter Bunting is totally out of work. And if the members of the party don't bring back the sanity to the party and to the Parliament by removing Mark Golden as opposition leader, I think, I just say tonight, Peter Bunting is going to go code red and inch.
So Liz, would you agree that Bunting is strategically undermining Mark Golden by letting the world know that he wrote that budget speech? Because that's the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's why he came with it to the Senate, which was his parliamentary unethical. He wrote the speech and give it to Golden. And Golden now did not carry it out in the manner that he should so that he could get to complete it in the lower house. Golden went raucous and the government decided that he was attacking her as wife of the Prime Minister and not as Speaker of the House, showing her bias. He did not. If he had attacked her as Speaker of the House, then I don't think they would have walked out. But he attacked her as being wife of the opposition, whom he congratulated for her ascendancy to Speaker of the House. So, because the government walked out, but Bunting came with the noticing, as you say, the term you use, gangsterism and gangster capitalism, rich. And you can't tell me what to say. Me, I go say this in here today.
Brighty.
And you can't go say, off the mic. And you can chew me out. But me, I go say it.
Brighty. No, man, him think, but for sure you say him not. For sure you say him well want undermine Mark. Mark under enough pressure. All of them foolishness the way him do and put in at the speech. And Mark can get the whole of the backlash in the Parliament, Him not getting a backlash more than say,
But Mark must get the backlash because Mark was a stupid one. First of all, it shows that Mark did not. If he got the speech just before he came to Garden House, Mark could have perused it. Mark could have read it through. Think he had enough time to read it through. And if Mark was intellectually capable enough, muscle-head Bunting, the lunatic Bunting, could not have given him that speech and him just come to the Parliament and start read from it. He should have read it through and said to go, Bunting said, no. But it shows that and the powering of the dream, which is to get Bunting in position to become prime minister, has exploded. It is all blown up, them self-exploding, or them imploding really.
Yeah.
And it is all, so now they are on code red. They are out of sort. They are unhinged.
Mighty God.
Because it's serious. Now the nation is focusing on the entire, well, not the entire, because as I said, I keep congratulating MP Governor Lisa Anna. She saw it early. She has been close enough with them to know that this day would come, and so she wrote a letter giving it to Mark Bolling, and Mark Bolling run out to the media. But both men are now in a code red situation. Both men are unhinged because the speech cannot be finished by you in the upper house. It is a speech of the opposition leader, so he should have stood up and asked the parliament to allow him to finish. Civics must come back to schools.
But the speech redundant anymore because from last week that I can't believe that the man really coming at the place yesterday. 1 week later, coming an argument with the people them about the speech. Him never supposed to start talking there. The man losing seat, proper losing seat. Me not understand him.
But you see, all right. What he could have done, if he had any sense, is write a fresh one. Write it thing, present it in the Senate. Present it in correlation to what the Senate was there to discuss.
Right.
Because they were discussing a very important bill. Mm-hmm. So what he should have done, if he have any sense, as I tell people, I've been telling comrades for the longest while, I know him. Bunting graduated, yes, from McGill, but he graduated with a degree in engineering and graduated with a degree from Florida University with a degree in financing. That no means say him have sense as to how to be a member of parliament, to be prime minister.
Somebody said it in a comment already. Them say him is a businessman, not a politician.
Right.
Yeah.
So this whole scenario Tuesday and yesterday, I am still waiting. I have faith. I'm an optimist, born an optimist. Mm-hmm. I am still waiting now to see, because somehow KD Knight must be meeting with PJ Patriotism and the senior persons. I am sure Dr. Phillips has gotten some serious calls, and I am sure there must be emergency meetings going on now among the PMP, MP, senior members, etc. Maxine Henry Wilson, they must be talking now. What is the situation? The next move, the owners depend them, because the headline of the Observer says showdown, Senate showdown, and at that the man come for. Well, the Senate president at the time, Sinclair, smart enough not to tell the clerk or to throw him out or to turn off the mic. He came there for that brawl. He come there for that brawl.
I wonder if your feel say him efforts is to make the country get riled up in a way that Andrew Holness have victimized them or something.
Yeah, man, but no, shouldn't say yes. No, what he's doing, as I said, the clock is ticking, tick. So what he's trying to get is they lost the local government, so they are trying to rise up, arouse the, what you call it now, the energy in the people that run out and demand, call agenda, force Andrew or the government and force them into calling a general election. But it flopped because the public not behind them. That is in here. He wants to force, because remember, he put up one, him say in South Manchester against Robert Chin, and he put up wanted things that Robert Chin has gone in to speak with the IC, the Integrity Commission. That gone cool. That gone cool. So him have to find something else now to force back him attention in the public's eye. Plus, it seems as if Mark Rowling now and carrying out when game for read. Mark Rowling decides in a leg of the position either. So there's an internal battle going on between the two of them. So fitting that now create a stink and see him, but nobody now follow him. Nobody now listen to Bunting. In fact, nobody wants Bunting around. So this is him carried to Mark Rowling in the lower house, him coming at the upper house. If you notice too, nobody else in the Senate and Sophia was jeering Bunting. She was jeering Bunting. She wasn't being supportive, but no other senator I can recall hearing or reading that any other opposition senator backs go Bunting.
So it goes back to the. I always go back now, as we're having this discussion, go back to what Muta Baruka said, because that was a very potent little commentary by Muta. Muta not talk out everything, or if you talk, him just a short little hint and who have ears, them have a ear. But when Muta said, Andrew always have to go find a creative way because I've never deal with this before, Muta not really wants a Jamaica never see them style of politics there before. How is Andrew Holness supposed to deal with this? Because him not only have Mark Golding at him throat, him have this vicious, hostile gang leader, because Bunting is a gang leader for the Rise United cult. Him have this gang leader in the Senate. I do everything we can do to try and topple the government. And how is Andrew Holness supposed to respond to this? So he can do him work in peace?
No, well, to be honest, Andrew finishing budget presentation, the Minister of Finance closed it. The experts, economic experts, the PIOJ this evening and the news report. So the country is gradually on the government part and on the CN members of the People's National Party. The country is gradually going back into the phase of coming out of the budget of some sort of normality around the economic space. Right?
Yeah.
But Bunting, as I said, Bunting and Golding, the powering of the dream has collapsed. Because if you don't notice, for the last, since the whole thing exploded and the loss of the local government election, you haven't heard from the uncontrollable so-called General Secretary has been silent for almost 2 weeks now. So Bunting now realizing that he is it is not going to happen. The dream is not going to be a reality. It's gone totally in fear. And so now he is going to be on a war path. What what they are doing, when I'm saying, sometimes somebody had trace and I think that, and the silence you create, you don't answer, you don't respond, them get totally mad. It mad them, send them into the asylum. Well, this is what is happening because Bunting and yesterday Sinclair, who was the president because the president was not in the Senate, Sinclair never fall into him trap. Sinclair never called the clerk to throw him out. Sinclair never called the causing Mike to be turned off. So he kept on ranting and being in a rage and backing jacket and hold up the yellow full leaf, full cap.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't write a speech for the parliament and something and a notepad. You do it officially, you get your secretary, type it up, and it is every member of the house gets a copy. Every member of the Senate gets a copy. That is how it is done. But
that's what I was wondering. That's what I was. That's what I was wondering yesterday. what the Senate president could have done with this outrageous, disrespectful behavior of Bunting. I mean, I was wondering, is he going to turn off his mic? Is he going to kick him out? What's going to happen? But he was so mature about it. He should have done something, yes. But at the same time, he was just so controlled in the way that he dealt with him. It's like dealing with a child who is just throwing a fit, can't get his way.
Yeah. You remember them tell you psychiatrists and psychologists that the 2-year-old, his parents was frightening years, the terrible 2-year-olds.
Terrible too.
I think this president dealt with it as if he's a professionally trained psychologist.
Child psychologist.
Psychiatrist. Yes. He dealt with it because what I see, all right, you're confronted in your home with a man armed with a gun inside your home. But when you look in his eyes, you see that your psychology or psychiatric training. So you begin to talk. There's a special tone of voice. There's a special body language that you use. And as you talk, you don't move from the spot. As you talk, and your demeanor is calm and rational. The more you talk, he begins to relax. Well, the Senate president yesterday, he was sitting in a comfortable position. His voice he never raised his voice. He stood his ground in terms of you must stick to the what is on the books to be discussed. However, I am going to allow you to. He allowed him. He never said it. He said, "Okay, you will continue with your presentation." But his whole demeanor, the president of the Senate was very good because he see that Bunting was imploded, and so he did not get angry himself and rile him up and lick the gravel and he just calmly sat there, leaned forward, comfortably positioned, and in a calm tone of voice. So say when you go to surgery, right? The leaders certain use them voice and hypnotize you. When you're on the operating table and without you realizing it, I didn't know them training was so deep. And them hypnotize you, and then you fall asleep. Well, the president of the Senate was very smart yesterday and very good. In right tone of voice, right posture, and he allowed him, and he continued in his rage and in his unhinged manner. You understand? But to some extent, calm down, and the man, when he allowed him to complete, there was no explosiveness. The whole place. This government senators were quiet.
Yeah, when I say what the gentleman name who was blind. Oh gosh. I don't remember his name. Yeah, when I say him not say nothing. You know a joke thing. Bunting for us leave right now, and I think it is so disrespectful, Liz. The people them vote him out and Mark Gold tell the people them how many times in history have we seen a man gonna lose him seat and get put in the Senate.
No man, it doesn't happen.
All right.
It don't happen. And that is why I'm saying, you see, the MP is not realizing. Bunting said it, when you see Mark, you see me. When you see me, you see Mark. And I've been preaching it for the last 2-3 years. If you take away the job of opposition leader, because it is in disarray, it is being manhandled, it is being bruised and abused, and abrasion is being used against the office of the opposition leader. Because I remember recently, our last year, I'm going to the chair, go sit down and take picture. Right? Remember that picture?
People. So Bunting going to the opposition leader office, go sit down in the chair and take picture.
I'm saying it all.
A long time, he might undermine Mark. When you see him come out so strong on the budget speech, him nah let it go. Him want the world from Jamaica to Africa to Europe. Him want everybody to know say him write the speech because him are the leader. No, sir.
Right. And it's a dumb speech, and it not getting the publicity when they expect.
So why him
Right?
don't
Right.
Liz, why him don't arrange a meeting if him really want to talk? Cause him say the topic that he is most interested in clearly out of the speech is about good governance. Why him don't organize to have a mass meeting where him and the comrades them are the risers, them are whosoever him a lead, where him and them can meet and then him can invite labor rights or no P if he want and talk about good governance from the budget speech there. Why is he so hell bent on disrupting the parliament and the Senate with this damn foolishness?
Because
No.
as I said, I said he's gone mad and he wants to think. He's thinking that him can still become prime minister. Him know if him go outside, Him know if him go outside and call it about the Pegasus. If 10 people turn up enough that, him know. So him only stage, him only acting scene has to be in Garden House. Right? And right now he is in the Senate. Him run with Dana. Him get going to run with Dana. That's why, all right, you know where you can put it to the test? That's why I keep saying it. If you get the PMP MPs to appoint Lisa, like I'm Lisa already, because Lisa never join him. If you get the opposition MPs to appoint Lisa, opposition leader, it is what do you call it again? It is protocol that the 8 opposition senators should hand in their resignation, and they don't have to, but they should, they would hand in their resignation and give it the new opposition leader the opportunity to name 8 senators. I mean, sure say there are 7 would do it, but Bunting going to put up resistance, and at this I know. But them going
to go gang him.
Yes, and the best way to start is by removing Golding as opposition leader, pull the rug from under him. And when you do that, then the 8 senators will have to give the new opposition leader an opportunity to name her. And him hate Lisa. Him hate her. When I say hate, him hate her. Because we see it and we have evidence of it when we went to Southeast Center, Karen and myself.
The risers, they want to see him set the risers them panel. We don't have to ask the question if him hate her. We know.
Right.
I remember say, you see the video I'm play, guys, if you see the video I'm play earlier, with all of the women them in the PNP come race him up. We say him not fit to lead the party and him don't fit to lead the country. Him never forgive them for that, And that's why them hellbent say no woman can come round here. From them woman, they shove him out and embarrass him with him corruption. And them I think they had the press conference. I think it was Pegasus that they had it. But when all those women, the president of the PNP women's movement, Donna Scott, the CM Sophia Beans, want to sit down behind him there, Lisa, Natalie, Nita, all of them came out and say him corrupt and him for go away, because him don't fit for lead no party in the country. Him never forgive them feet. That's why he hate to man so.
Yeah, and then Rhoda Crawford have a good relationship with Lisa. And Lisa's first husband, her son's father, Dr. Pantan, was Rhoda. He was born in Manchester too. Is Rhoda's campaign manager who beat him and take for him seat. So in double Lisa. So if you put Lisa, because the MP must make up and see the reality of the situation now. Nothing else can be done to show them any clearer. You need to get rid of both men. You need to get rid of both. And PG and nobody can come in and them is and tell them no BS. Them see for themselves. Right now, there was a party. The situation in the country is in desperate need of quality governance. There's a party, the St. Mary team are celebrating their performance at Jams. And the thing, student and he gets shut up, and when I hear if him dead or what, how much people get shot. So you need to get rid of both men. They need to do something and stop. They need to stop PF and deal with the situation that's in front of them. Remove Mark Golding as opposition leader, remove him now. Because to be honest, the government is holding the situation together as best as it can. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But these two men are unhinged. And you can't have the country in the state where in either have no effective opposition.
That's true.
You know something? You should have you should have mass demonstration in the streets, you know. People who are going.
Mm-hmm.
One MP I get 700,000 for a building when I use a taxpayer's money. And next one in a thing they get how much? Hundreds of million. But the Peter Bunting and Mark Golding focus on Peter Bunting's ambition, powering the dream. It not help the country. It not help the PMP. So get rid of the two of them by what? Removing Mark Golding as opposition leader and start the country in a mess. So get rid of them because it's about Bunting and his dream to be prime minister. Him not doing the country no favor. And the country don't need him. The PMP don't need him.
The politics of Jamaica don't need Bunting, man. Bunting washed up, man. Bunting, him come and him cause a very serious disruption to the politics of Jamaica. Because you see, when you have undermine an entire political party and use money, you come with $15 million, you pay a group of people for go up on Twitter and call themselves the attacking team, right? You use look at the LGBT, the young LGBT people in the country. Me hear what them are doing, you know. Them use the young LGBT people them in a Jamaica, Bunting, and put them in the wire and do everything for set them pan him leader and pan the politics. And that man is dangerous, man. That man have to go, man. Him do so much damage. And that's why we're not in the opposition in Jamaica, you know. This is why we don't have no. Him make the people in the opposition, and an opposition only benefit one party or the other. The opposition benefits the entire country. If you have a government that decides to go rogue on the people, you want to have an opposition that people are going to listen to. Nobody's listening to these two guys because them see what, and you know what? When I see Bunting come now, Liz, and I talk about say, Andrew this and Andrew must go. Tell me, how is it that Bunting could have sit down in a sabotage operation in a 2020 and tell the MPs them and the couple MPs them and the couple handful of risers them say Peter Phillips for lose and give Andrew one more term. Make the man take him term and go on about your business. Him say Andrew forget one more term, you know, him a mark, you know. So how you gonna come and fight down the man now? Me not understand them. It's like they have this sense of entitlement. They want something now and they have to get it now. And me I tell you saying, you say right, you say Andrew have to watch himself, you know. They will kill him, you know. Bunting, you know.
Look here. Look here. I'm going to read something for you. I'll read it from memory. The FBI and the MI6 in England has compiled a list of the 10 most feared politicians in Jamaica. Number 10 is Miss Grange. Number 9 is Mike Henry. Number 8 is Warmington. Number 7 is Desmond McKenzie. Number 6 is Dr. Nigel Clark.
Dangerous. 5. Dangerous in terms of what? Dangerous in terms of what?
Other things. We can't say that on the program. But the number 5 is Peter Murcutt Bunting. And you know what the list compile here, the persons who compile the list say? He doesn't use your average G-men. He uses cops who goes rogue. So more dangerous than all of the other 9 who are all JLP MPs. Him don't use, because he was Minister of National Security, he doesn't use the average gun G-men, Him use cops that will go rogue. That's how dangerous. Because remember, you know, a policeman can be you can be MP Dr. Phillips then. And him, you know, him not my house you. So him go to one of your bodyguard and offer him $2 million, one of Dr. Phillips bodyguard and offer him $2 million for shoot up Dr. Phillips. That is what we're dealing with. And the best way to start this removal and bring your politics back to what it should be and return the PMP to the people is to remove, because Mark Golding is his vehicle. Mark Golding is his vest. Mark Golding is his chattel, trying to get him power. Mark Golding is being used by him to pour a film dream to be prime minister, and it's not happening. Mark is not being effective enough. So he come yesterday armed and extremely dangerous because him gone mad. So he come at the park today, and the Senate president realized there's something wrong. So the man didn't play into his thing. So the MP, the PMP MP them, the decent, rational, with integrity MP them, need to do something now by removing Mark Jefferson Golding. Dr. Phillips made a promise. I said we can talk to him. Dr. Phillips said if he sees that the party is disintegrating to a certain level, he will come forward.
So
and that KD Knight was in Garden House yesterday. I mean, not yesterday. He was in Garden House Tuesday because KD sister are seeing the light, the red light, that the PMP is in trouble with these two persons.
But when I say still, like how you mentioned the MP them, the sensible MP them, will make sense and when I go in there. Because you see even Paul will make a talk in there and him never have to do them something about Bunting. You stand up and you talk like a normal, decent person. Right? So with the MP them, what are they afraid of? Remember say Peter Phillips beat Bunting, you know. So if a man like Peter Phillips can humble Bunting with him hundreds of millions of dollars when him come and spend him blood money, right? Why is it that the sensible MP them in the PNP can come together, right, and call it a hostile situation? Because what the PNP is an acquisition, a hostile acquisition. They bought the party. Somebody I can ask me about say, when me say Golding buy PNP for 10 million, somebody I can ask me say who him buy the party from. What the hell kind of question is that? The man I don't ever think, you see the $10 million when buy the party for, I don't think the beneficiaries of that $10 million saw the $10 million. Right?
No man, they were only given promissory notice that a fund going to start, but all of that get thrown out the window and out of Bunting. Ambition is drying up, and he's not gonna get there. I think them fear is not fear of him per se, but I think they are thinking them listening to somebody else, right? And that person now, that person now is in him 80s, him shaky. So the man Bunting not take no more talk from him either, and him now realize the chronic situation. So he might try use KD and them age group people, the dignitaries of the party, but it now work for him either the way there.
You sure say him call him down there? You sure say them call KD down there, and maybe the Governor General beg KD if you go sit down in there too, you know?
No man, me not know for sure, but I think a PG beg KD for go because him see what is happening. So PG asks KD for go. Cause some semblance of sanity must come back to the PNP because Bunting totally out of work, you know, Bunting a gangster capitalist that now see the rotting yesterday in the Senate.
No, sir.
So, me don't know it. And you know something? Lent ends tomorrow.
Yes.
And tomorrow is the end of the Lenten period.
Well, Liz. Say what you're gonna say, Liz.
Yeah, the MP. It is important to find out, is it their own self-interest? Are they there for the national interest, for the interest of the people who elected them?
You're talking to the MP and the PMP.
Yes, because Bunting spent 150 million, I think them saying a copying alone. But the JLP win, so it coming like perfect. It's very a bit of victory against Venetia, right? Because the JLP win the local government election. That bitter victory against Venetia, because the JLP win the local government and she can still, them can't appoint her all to the Senate, although them not going to do that. So the MPs, we the public must now demand of the PMP MPs, and by that I'm going to call the names: Lisa, Dr. Phillips, Fitz Jackson, Hugh Graham, because you're still sitting MP, Natalie, Gabby, Dennis Daly,
the senators them too.
Yeah, man. I am going to leave out Brownberg and Hilton. The other is MPs. Them. You need to know. Answer the question: is it about country or about self? Because tonight, for news, international news, because Joe Biden says they are fighting for the soul of America. Right now, they have it in New York, and him asks President Obama and President Obama come off of the plane Air Force One, and Clinton and who is it? Obama and Clinton, yeah, because when them can't make it, Obama and Clinton has been asked to come to this $25 million fundraiser, and they are there because they are fighting for the soul of America, right?
Yeah.
Against Dana. So the PMP, the PMP MP must see the need to fight for the soul of the Jamaican politics and the Jamaican people.
Jesus, what a disappointment doing. These people are a big disappointment to the Jamaica, all the diaspora too, because as you talk about Joe Biden and mention American politics, you have people in the Republican Party, so where the Donald Trump's former VP said he's not endorsing him. And you have people in the Republican Party who are saying this is insane. No, we're not working with this. Because them are patriot, them people here, so them is not patriotic. None of them not patriotic.
And that is what makes it dangerous for us, the ordinary people in the street. Because as I said, St. Mary High School, children have a party and celebrate the performance of the school at champs. It get shut up, man, go with gun and go shut up school children. So these men and women in the PMP, Lisa must be given credit. Because Lisa go then a fight for the soul of the PMP and the party and the country.
How is she doing that, Liz?
The letter where she gave to Golden, she knew, say him going an inch to this letter and Bunting going an inch. So she stepped back because she never want them kill her, or she never want them use her because greater disruption and destruction of the PMP. So she stepped back. And in my letter, she never make the press know. And him run out there with it. So she a fight for the soul, and she never stop battle. She wrote a beautiful article entitled "Give People Enough Rope." Lydia Khan. So Lisa a fight for the soul of the PMP and Jamaica, and there are MP them need to join her because these two people are unhinged and them gone, them sick. So you have to make a decision. National interest or my self-interest. You don't need to make people them a vote on it. No. Which part understand? The national interest or this own personal self-interest?
What a sad situation. Sad situation.
That's sad.
All right, Lizzie. Thank you so much for your contribution. The time does run. So the people themselves will stay 3 hours tonight, but me not think they're gonna do that. But because she started late, with the whole thing, everything is back up and running now. But I started on my phone and then it came on, So thank you, Liz, and we'll see you tomorrow.
All right, tomorrow.
Yeah, take care.
You too. Bye, guys.
Yeah, guys. So Me agree with Liz, you know. Me don't know if you don't agree. When Liz said the thing in a code red, you don't agree with Liz. Let her play back the video for all who just joined in and didn't get to see the unhinged Peter Bunting imploding because he lost the challenge to his leader, lost his seat. He cannot go back to where he came from, which is central Manchester. So he's all over the place trying to get a seat, trying to be a senator, not getting any traction, probably feeling some sense of guilt for the destruction that he caused to the opposition party. If you have not seen this video that I'm about to play, where he became unhinged yesterday because he wanted to read the end of the budget speech that he wrote and give Mark Golding for the talk. The people them stood up against him and said, we're not here to talk about a budget speech. We're here on a different agenda today. This was his reaction.
So therefore, I'm going to use some of my time today to complete that section of the opposition leader's presentation, which he was unable to complete in the House. Sorry? I'm reading it for the Hansard. When you are making your contribution, you decide how to use your time. You know, I know that the truth hurts. I know that the truth hurts, and you don't want to hear it. But the truth may be an offense, but it's not a sin. So I'm going to pick up at the start of that section. It was titled, Good Government in National Life. Change at a national level must focus on good governance. In this modern era of pervasive information sharing and communication, good governance is increasingly essential to maintain the people's trust and confidence in our democracy.
No, Senator Bunting.
Yeah?
We are here debating what is entitled the bill, Consolidated Fund to the Service of the Year ending on the 31st of March 2025. Thank you.
The bill before us covers every aspect of government. That's right. Every aspect of government. It covers the Auditor General, Clerk of the House. It covers the Integrity Commission.
Senator Bunting,
every
continue and where I
am going to speak on anything that is covered by that bill. Everything that is covered in this book. And if you want to muzzle me, you're going to have to take me out of here. You can shut off the thing, but you can walk out and remove that quorum. Do whatever you want. But
Senator Bunting,
this is my contribution. I am speaking to this book, which covers every aspect of government. Who tell me that?
I determine what is relevant, Senator.
No, you don't.
I determine.
No, you don't.
Very well.
No, you don't. You can come and try with that bullying tactic.
Let us see, Senator Bunting.
You don't determine
Senator Bunting,
my contribution. I decide what is relevant.
I determine what is relevant.
No, you don't.
Okay.
No, you don't.
Well, when I make the ruling, you will see.
You can try and use that to muzzle. You can try and use that to muzzle me, but you're not preventing me from speaking.
Guys, can you believe him call the people him bully? After him do him lead, after him do everybody. You see the woman where they behind him attack? Sophia Beans? Listen to the words of these ladies about Bunting, okay? They all know him. They've all seen his actions. And then after this, I have another video to show you guys. So stick around. Hold on.
This, you cannot dispose of your integrity. Integrity is something that you have whether or not you are being observed. He launched his campaign on a platform of integrity, and he has abandoned it for political expediency. That disqualifies him to lead this noble party, and it disqualifies him to lead this great country.
That's right.
Guys, remember, we have been saying that nobody no really a talk out for Melissa. Nobody no really a say nothing. But I heard some people, on the streets of Jamaica made some comments about what happened to Melissa and about Silvera. And I want you to hear what these people have said. Have a listen, guys.
Baby
Hello,
died,
viewers and subscribers. Welcome to another
pool
episode of
side,
Jamaican Politics
wife,
Uncovered.
them says.
Guys,
The way
if
I'm
you are
shoot
new to
her is
the
like,
channel, welcome.
it's like he
Returning
did something like that
subscribers,
before.
welcome back.
So you know what I mean? So,
guys, in
you know what I
this
mean? It would be
video,
somebody to
today
really
makes
put a real
138
investigation down on.
days
You get me?
since
Those type of
Melissa
thing more time. It
Silvera's
was a little
life
small man now, he would be
was
charged
smashed
long
for
time.
her.
And things
I
like
wanna
that.
show you a
Yet
video
these
of
people don't
what
quick to
the
charge
street is saying
certain type of people, because
about what
in this
happened to
country what I
Melissa.
really notice in
And I wanna
Jamaica is like the
also
big man them is
reflect and
above
show
the
you
law.
some elements
You
of
see,
what your
it's
past
only
is
in the foreign
about
country
her
like
and about the
America,
situation.
England, Canada and certain
Have a
other
listen,
foreign
guys.
country, I find that the law really take its course. Yet in Jamaica these people, the law is above the law.
Because he think he's an MP, he could do things and get away with it. So I think it was a really cruel act to look on your wife and shoot him like that. Jamaica, we know that we don't get justice as we should. And that's why these men, they take advantage of the things that they can do in Jamaica.
I feel like saying forget the same treatment as a normal man like me would have get, Yeah, man, lock him up, man. He deserve it. As according to what me read in Planet, months before, you see me, so. And I like it just happened, just so. Someone premeditate, so a long time I want to do it. So, yeah, man, lock him up, man. Put him behind bars. I hope him get maximum time too.
No, I think he know more than what he's saying. He's not saying enough to people to come to say what he's saying. You understand? He need to come out more to talk to the people.
If we go to prison straight, go rotten. I don't want to kill a man, we can't beat a man either, man. The woman are probably left the woman alone, brother. You see me? You understand? Yes, so if I do that, you see me try to cover it, man, and backfire upon him, man. Prison for go, I'm not lie. A long time them big boy if I go down, enough time them go on them thing and get to through money. You get me I say? But it's like him can't fall upon that one, Definitely, you see it.
I am hurt. And you want why I hurt too, and I'm upset about it. Him do that, and at the same time he's at the funeral crying. That is my opinion.
When we believe that our way is always the right way, and so it is expressed in diabolical ways. It is expressed when persons become so cross-thread and hearts become so twisted that evil and rage and anger is manifested because it has gotten caught up in its own self-centered self and believe that I run things and I man run things. A person of deep faith. A person
Guys, them people here, them cool, man. Trust me. Them say birds of a feather flock together, Them callous and heartless, and them don't believe that the rules apply to them. Right? Birds of a feather are gonna flock together. Look at them. They did not have the decency to come out and tell the truth. They tried to cover it up, all of them. Including the leader who come and announced Melissa dead. Natural cause, they said. We know the truth. So now we can really say that yes, Jamaica people, them must say something. And that's good to see. So that's why I wanted to share that video with you guys, because we were of the view that people were mostly silent. And the pastor said it. Melissa was going to her pastor once a month. He probably knows everything. It's no coincidence that he's speaking that way, okay? So nobody not have no mercy in Jamaica. I always say that Jamaican men are very protective. I do believe that for the most part, Jamaican men are protective of women. You understand? Where this man here come to Jamaica come do? We don't see these things, very often, especially among people we expect to be educated, people who are so close to politics and politically connected. But clearly, there's something wrong. When I say birds of a feather flock together, Sylvia is born in the UK. As you can see, his mother is a British woman. And Mark Golding, likewise, both his parents are British. And he was raised British by two British people. So that's kind of like their thing that they have in common, right? And Mark Golding have not the decency to expel Sylvia from the party. And instead of Bunting writing speech and trying to, get some relevance out of that, since he's the puppeteer, that's what he ought to tell Mark Golding to do, is expel Sylvia from the party. There is nobody in Jamaica right now who are going to say to you, say, Sylvia did not kill Melissa. He did. Why else would you come and lie to the people? You're telling people, oh, she died in her sleep, died from aneurysm, slump over on the floor, then rape her, all sort of story. Lie. Why would you lie? Because you did something wrong. So when you see now, the whole of them behavior rise to the surface, like when oil and water come together. This one here, he wants to disrupt the government, disrupt the process of governance and opposition. He's just a disrupt. You ever look here? Whenever I go among some picnic, and there's that one little picnic in the group where all them do is disrupt everything. It then cause disruption to the group of kids, to the other kids, cause them distress, and you just want them mother and their father to come for them. Bunting is that way, but in an adult body. Way more destructive than a small child. They have to get rid of him. And the opposition and the government, if they have sense, they will come together and either sign one letter to the Governor General. I don't know what they are going to do. But Jamaica have to get rid of this man from out of them politics. Them have to do it. And all those who came with him, the handful of people, they have done something that I noticed in Jamaica. You see a lot of the young people who are members, or I guess they portray to be members of the LGBT community. A lot of them are not LGBT, guys. Some of them, they are just needy, and people like these take them up and exploit them for money and things. You understand? I notice when I look in at the Rise United camp, you see a lot of that. Even a little bit of blood too. Little bit of blood of our whole heap of picture them and nasty this out there, These are the kind of people that are going to run the country if Jamaica people them not have sense. It's really sad. Sad that there is no alternative, really. Because there are people in Jamaica who would want to have an alternative, and you must always, in a country, have an alternative, because you never know what can happen. So the country must always have an opposition, no matter who it is, to be at the ready. It's like when you have your military in your country, your military must always be in tip-top shape and ready in case somebody come attack your country and your people. So this is not about PNP or JLP at this time, guys. This is about the well-being of a country and by extension, a people. The destruction are going to get worse, Anyhow, things don't change. And when I say things don't change, I'm talking about if the politics don't get rid of unscrupulous people like this man here and him friend. Me tell you, me not trouble golden again because I realize there's something wrong, right? But the truth of the matter is him come out, come say, Jamaica people, they must make him leader and him and him Tapanaris friend them come run the country, right? Not him and the MP them who would get elected with him, you know. That means that once him get power run, him a go run them way, you know. Him not work with them or listen to him. Him into him Tapanaris friend them. That he said that, not me. He said that. He let me, Mark Jefferson, go in Prime Minister. So I can put my Tapanaris friend them around me to help me run the country. When people telling you things like them, they want to think I joke them I make. I'm a joke. So all this laughing we see like people like Angela Brown Burke do. If Mark become the leader of Jamaica tomorrow, it won't be funny. Because all people like she, you so fairy dry like a femme, she can't go around him. I'm Tapanaris friend them. She a bottom Naris. She not Tapanaris. I trim not ready to tell them yet. Right? When you see them do all of them things, you put shackles per man. It means they have no sensitivity for Jamaica's history. Nobody does this. Only people who you see them don't respect history. Them no respect perception. Them no respect decency. Because you think him that do that in America, put shackles pan Rasta man or black man in neck, or take it off, or even touch it. He wouldn't do that in the UK. Certainly wouldn't do that in the US. But this goes to show you how Mark Golding views the Jamaican people. They're all stupid, and we're so polite as a people, you know, that even the people in the room that may look uncomfortable. Look at Donna Scott on the platform right there. She's not laughing. The people that may be uncomfortable about this scene in the room, not even them would I get up and say something because we are a polite people. But I think Mark Golding view the Jamaican people as just some little dibby people. Because remember, me tell you, I can't bet my life saving. Mark Golding would have never pull a stunt like that in the UK. They would have bring him down for racism. The world are done with him. And it would have make every major newspaper in the world. But Jamaica people, they're so airy, so easygoing. And it's like, say, we don't know when people are this way. Nobody can diss me and understyle, you know. So, when you hear what happened to Big Stone? Big Stone has stayed, and he said it publicly, so I know nobody feel like me I come out here come ball out Big Stone business. Big Stone, me say Big Stone pan in YouTube one time a ball. Say me in a hospital in a pain after this right here happen. Say me have stage 4 prostate. Very sad. That's I'm even wondering to myself why they're not giving him pain medicine. Make him the YouTube a cry out. Right? You think some Mark Golding that take Big Stone said him got Cuba for go get some different treatment? No. After using him like this? No. And a lot of people did rate Big Stone before this happened. You can't let people use you like this. We must know our history and know where we're coming from. Because you can't just put on Rasta clothes and go out there and put on beads and say, no, you have to root it and know your history. That's when you walk out there. People in the world from them see them, feel your presence, them know you're not somebody for ramp with. Who in a Jamaica could have do that too? I don't think no Jamaican that make that happen. This is ridiculous. You can't take when our friends in the region see all of them image here now. Mark Golding with shackle on people neck or take it off. Me see them put one picture with Babsy. Me never dey on YouTube them time there. But me see some vloggers to make this seem okay or to justify this, they went and got a picture where Babsy where Babsy attended the Black History Month celebration, and what their name? JCDC, yes. They sponsored what do I call it now? They sponsored a project where these young men did a little project of the transatlantic slavery, you know. So they had a little booth where they had some literature, they had some shackles on themselves, sitting there without shirt on and them in a khaki shorts or whatever, just to display what they were presenting at Black History Month in February. So Babsy, the culture minister, and another woman stood there at the booth just looking. They didn't touch the young men. They were just looking, and a picture was taken, and they're going to take that image and put it up, say Babsy, a shackle young men and Ray Ray. And it is so disgusting because those young men, they know that's not true. Babsy just stood there. She didn't touch him. She just stood there looking on. That's okay. It's appropriate for the event. It's a teaching moment. This is never okay. I don't care if you live in Jamaica or you live in the diaspora. This is not okay. It is not okay in the diaspora. You will never see this anywhere in the world today. But you are seeing it on the People's National Party platform in Jamaica. And you have people who live in the diaspora come out here and say, oh, they can't talk because look what Babsy did. What the hell did Babsy do? Babsy didn't do shit. Excuse my language. Babsy didn't do anything. She was just standing there. This is not okay. And anybody who will tell you that it's okay to use this image as a political stunt or to say Andrew have the people under bondage, this is not okay. There is a million ways you can say that without putting an Englishman beside a Rasta man with chains and shackles. That's not okay. May I wonder to myself if a Bunting tell them to make Mark Golding go up there go do it for undermine him. Because clearly Mark Golding him not really have boy, I never want to talk certain things, you know, because I don't want when nobody comes to me and bring down disabled people, you know. I don't want to talk certain things. But clearly he's not a man of sound judgment. Let me say it that way. That's the nicest way I can say it. Some people are not patriotic Jamaicans. We learn patriotism in our community when we are growing our household, in our church and our school. We don't run dirty joke. So them people here, them don't fit for run a party shop, much less a major political party. This is crazy. You know how offensive this is? It's not a joke. It's not funny. We are lost as a people because in Black History Month, Black Jamaicans was running behind Mark Golding. Boy, let me tell you something. I don't have nothing against people because of them skin color. I just put that out there. Okay? If you come to me as a decent human being, that's exactly how I'm going to see you and how I'm going to treat you as a decent human being. Because that is how I go through the world. Don't come with no preconceived notion about me. Don't come with no discriminatory behavior. Because right there, so I lose. Right there, so I just beg them to deport me right there, so. Because I'm not going to put up with that. Right? People don't violate people like me, you know. Because I don't step through the world like fool, you know. And from people see and feel your presence, no matter what them look like. Them know them don't test. I could never see this and be okay with it. Not at Jamaica and not abroad. And you know what? These people them not realize say, on a major political platform, in a time of social media, when you have these images going out there, right? What they're doing is destroying the opposition. Who in America or anywhere in the world would want to have anything to do with PNP and Mark Golding after seeing an image like this? All of them will call themselves MP. Them travel. They interact with the outside world. Them know. Even the same Angela Brownberg. All of them know say, if a picture like this make it out on social media or make it out in the world, this now go look good for Jamaica. This now go look good for Jamaica no time. So what exactly are they trying to do? You got a moron up there like Dayton Campbell. Them they not no sense, you know. So people will follow them. It just goes to show how they have dumbed down the country and the politics. And this is why Jamaican people are not coming out there to come and participate in this kind of circus, because that's what it has become. A circus. And then there's a vacuum, right? Because all of the nice and decent people them in the political arena, them either withdraw or them gone silent. So here comes the political scavengers. They're trying to weasel their way back in after being rejected time after time by the people. Jamaica people, they must know what they want, you know. I said a few months ago, and I'm going to say it again, you cannot go from Andrew Honest to worse. We have to go from Andrew Honest to better. Is this better? I don't think so. This is the gun license news story where the Auditor General and the integrity people them say this a man give gun to man where drugs man and man where a pedophile, and the man without the good sense of judgment, I cannot blame him. He is who he is. He comes out and says he's defending Bunting. A normal mind would say, listen, you have to go. But he can't make that decision. Can't make that decision. And Bunting is like, I don't know if you ever see a story like this yet. You never see some people where them go married to some disabled people, forget the people them things, and live off of the people them. That is Bunting. Exploitation. It's exploiting the guy. And that's why I'm not come out here, come bring down Golden anymore, because Mrs. Somehow not talk in the comments last night after me come off. And me I read the comments them, because I know me read every comment. And I see some of you guys are saying like, me I try use me head, or me I try change my mind, or trying to change your minds or influence you to support Golding by using sympathy to say that there's something wrong. No, don't get it twisted. Just because I am exercising human compassion with people I don't agree with and don't think are fit, I still think they're unfit. But just because I am exercising human compassion for somebody who I think, there's something wrong, doesn't mean that I'm trying to coerce or, influence you to do anything different. This platform, from its inception, right, from the Kill Melissa and Cover It Up, this platform has stood squarely against these people leading a country. They are not fit to lead a country, and I stand by that. However, I am saying, based on our opinion over here, which we are entitled to, I don't think that it is nice to make fun of somebody who appears to have a problem, a cognitive problem. That's all I'm saying. That doesn't mean I'm saying to you guys that my mind changed. Mark Golding is the best leader in the world. No. Mark Golding and Bunting is unfit. I stand by that. I will always stand by that. Even if they miraculously win an election, I still stand on my word and my principle. I don't stay like some people, who will stand up for something strong today and tomorrow, me go say no. When me stand strong for something, me have always me the last girl standing. Me I stand up same way. Me nah sit down and me nah shame. Cause you know why? Me stand up to what me believe in her. So please, don't get it twisted. All I'm saying is, I am not going to be out here bashing this man. The eyes are the windows to the soul, guys. Certain boundaries I don't cross. You understand? Certain things I don't do. I will go on bad but certain things me not going to do. So that's all I'm saying. So me not want nobody contact about me I try make sympathy for him or whatever. Me I try save some money from hell because God not like this. Me never make fun of people like Mark yet in my life. I'm gonna grow my pitney for do them something there. So me not going to do that. You understand? But everybody have to account for their own sin. Right? So I'm not going to tell you to say, or force on rather to do anything different. Do what I want, but I just said last night that you're not going to get me to come engage in that type of behavior. Because which normal person would I do this, guys? No normal, come on, use on the head, man. A normal person never do that. Only thing say people are going to laugh with you when time them see when I bring down somebody like Mark, they're not going to laugh. Because everybody knows that something is wrong. It's just we Jamaican people, we are polite people. We're not going to really say certain things out loud. That's how we are as a people. But no, my mind has not changed, and I'm not trying to change yours either. Can I tell you to say if we never bring down anybody, bring down this man here because of him. I exploit the man. Uno see now say. Remember I know, I tell you to say no. Me never dip on the wrong side of the debate yet. Because why? I always think things through, measure things through, and then I voice my opinion publicly. And I've been doing that out on social media for a long time. Never have I been on the wrong side of the debate. When I come out here, I'm telling you to say, me are the first one come telling you to say, that the budget speech is Bunting write it. Me tell you no. And when I check my source, them say it's true. And see me here, want to fight everybody in the Senate and war with everybody in the Senate because him want the world to know say him are the brainchild behind him look a friend. Him want the whole world to know say him write the speech. Him want him flowers. But a foolishness him come to so him cannot get no flowers. So him can't get no flowers now. Him want turn him venom pan the house, pan the president of the Senate. Him want turn him venom pan everybody. This man is just like when undermining him leader, undermining him party. The same thing he's doing. Undermining the Andrew Holness government. Yes, if Andrew's supposed to get voted out, let it be the Jamaican people who make that decision. Andrew Holness, and I don't like bullies. Me stand up and fight bullies. Me not cower to bullies and me not endorse bullies. Andrew Holness, if he should be voted out, he should be voted out by the people based on his performance. But I don't believe in this bullying. He might call people bully. He might bully. The smear campaign, the lies that they tell, the misrepresentation, the nasty, dirty politics. Andrew Holness should not allow himself to be bullied by these people. Me never know see how politics go. You want a man or a woman to come out of power. And how you gonna make them come out of power? You can't tell lie, you're vulgar, you personally attack, you smear campaign, you disrespect. What kind of style that? No. When you want somebody to come out of power, you tell the people what you are as an alternative. And yes, you can point out what is wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. But the language and the tone and the acting out and the attempt to ruin people's reputation and people character. Bunting is so notorious for that. And me alone talk it. See the US ambassador come at Jamaica. Come tell you no. And him tell the State Department and the senators them in America. Say Bunting are wicked. It's documented up there. I'm telling you what happened down at the embassy. Where them tell the person who arranged these meetings said, do not invite Mark Golden back up there at the embassy. And that was before this man came and said anything. So they're birds of a feather. They belong in the hostile environment of money. You understand? Their investment banking. That's a very hostile environment. You talk to anybody who's into investment banking, they will tell you it's a very stressful environment. It's a very cutthroat environment. Nobody's your friend over there. I'll be a knife, the knife people in them back over there. That's the environment that they belong in. Not in politics. You see what happens when they bring that kind of style into the politics? They destroy it. Me no come out and come tell a lie upon them, people. Everything when me attack, you know notice, I not say allegedly for a night. Everything when me attack are true. And nobody can come challenge me upon nothing what me say. Yes, so. They're not good for the politics. They need to go back to their FinSac time, right? They are the ones who help Omar Davis to hoard up the people, them wealth and their asset in a FinSac. And they go to their bed and sleep very comfortably at nights. They're callous. They have no heart. They have no soul. They don't care if they ruin our politics. They don't care if they turn people off from the politics. They do not care. You want people who care. So, that is where we're going to leave it tonight. Bunting and his speech, it is such a shame. It is such a shame. I should have been talking to you guys about the budget, Should have been talking to you guys about the various proposals and whatever shortfalls there are. That's what we should be talking about. And it's not a one-day conversation, It's not a 2-day conversation. It should be a conversation, an ongoing conversation. But instead, they don't want us to be talking about that. Just like what Electro come say one night. It's a plot. Them want we talk about a budget. They want we come and help them to bring down the government. Well, we not do that over here, so. Right? You have several channels, YouTube channels out there, where that is their job, that is their duty, that's what they do each day. We don't do that over here. We're not going to do that. The immediate and the imminent threat to Jamaica is this man. And he has a puppet with him that he can use to help him do so. Just like they destroyed the PNP. So if Jamaica people don't take sleep mark debt, what they did to the PNP is what they're going to do to the country. This is no joke, guys. And this is not just our opinion. As me say, the US ambassador come tell you what you need for hear from when. Right? I'm telling you, say the embassy, look and see if nobody in any one of the embassy them in Jamaica is having anything to do with them. Nobody. When you have our long-time congresswomen and them people, they will always deal with Jamaica. You see them deal with them? No, they not deal with them. So when they come to Jamaica, they hide them and then go have dinner with people like Paulwell. They not deal with them. This is Congresswoman Yvette Clarke of New York. There she is with the Prime Minister and the rest of them. Them don't have nothing to do with them. They know everything what they do. So as much as we may feel like Jamaica now developed to the pace that it should be developing, and I agree. I think that we have some people in our politics who have stunted our growth so bad. We should be up there with Singapore and them something there right now. That's how me feel. But I'll be damned if I'm going to come out here and encourage you guys to go from bad to worse. I'm not doing that. I have a conscience, you know. Me not going to do that. Me not come out here come do it for no money. Me nah come out here come do it for no notoriety. Me nah come out here come do it for no likes. Me nah come out here come do it for me and nobody in no argument. Me nah come out here for come do it for undermine nobody. I am not doing that. I think Andrew Holness is running the country according to his capability. Whatever I want to see coming from Andrew, that's all he's capable of doing. I think his heart is in the right place. How he knows how to do it. Him never have a manual for lead a country. Him just do it or him come see people before him do it. Right? I really don't see a change in our politics if you ask me. I think Jamaica needs a new politics. Yeah, I sure do. But Andrew's running the country out. Him know best. Hopefully, the next set of people that will come, they will, run the country a little better than what we have seen over the last few decades. We really need to look at, our development and the pace of it. And we must not, because this is the mistake that a lot of leaders make. Them come out and lie to the people and tell the people, say everything is great, and it's not. Be honest with the people, because honesty is the best policy and people are stupid. Where we come to in Jamaica, election deniers, viciousness and hostility. This is no way. You can't be so desperate. But I'm going to leave you guys with this clip right here, where the ladies them in the PNP tell you know from 2019 what these people are. And when, or the saying goes, when fish come up from river bottom and tell you how it go, you ought to believe them. Thank you guys for joining the live. Make sure say you hit the like button, guys. Silent listeners, we know one day a good night. May I ask you to hit the like button on this, on that video here tonight. And every night when you come, just give us a like, just to say you appreciate the content. You appreciate the analysis. You appreciate Liz and everybody that make a contribution, including our friends who call in or, email or participate in the comments. Give the video a thumbs up, please. And again, I don't know what kind of destruction that earlier. But, everything is good now. Sometimes that happens, you have a delay. You just have to, work with it or do the best you can. So I learned something new tonight anyway, because I started on my phone for about 30 minutes and I've never done it on my phone before. So I learned something new. But anyway, guys, have a good night. And I'm going to leave you all with this video, right? So you can see the loudmouth gang leader, the rumpus gang leader, Bunting. This is what the woman them in the party said about him. Listen to the last few words. He's unfit to lead this noble party, unfit to lead this great country. Have a good night, guys. I'll see you on the other side.
This, you cannot dispose of your integrity. Integrity is something that you have whether or not you are being observed. He launched his campaign on a platform of integrity, and he has abandoned it for political expediency. That disqualifies him to lead this noble party, and it disqualifies him to lead this great country. That's right.